Hello, beautiful soul. I want you to take a deep breath with me right now. Just breathe in slowly through your nose and let it out gently through your mouth. Feel yourself settling into this moment, this sacred space we're creating together. You know, there's something so precious about this time we're sharing, and I want you to know that you being here, choosing to explore a new way of manifesting, is no accident. The universe has guided you here because you're ready for something different. Something that feels better in your heart and in your body. I know you've been trying so hard. I can feel it in the energy of your search, in the very fact that you found your way to this message. You've been pushing and striving, working so diligently to make your dreams come true. Perhaps you've been staying up late visualizing, repeating affirmations until your voice grows tired. Or maybe you've been checking and double-checking your manifestation journals, wondering why things aren't moving as quickly as you'd hoped. Sweet one, I want you to know that your dedication is beautiful and your desire to create a wonderful life is absolutely perfect. There's nothing wrong with you, and there's nothing wrong with your dreams. But what if I told you that there's a gentler way? What if the very effort you've been putting forth, though it comes from such a loving place in your heart, has actually been creating a wall between you and the abundance that's trying to flow to you? This isn't about blame or shame. This is about discovering a truth that can set you free from the exhaustion of forcing and open you to the joy of receiving. You see, many of us have learned that we must work hard for everything we want. We've been taught that struggle equals worthiness, that if we're not pushing against something, we're not really trying. These beliefs live deep in our cellular memory, passed down through generations of beautiful souls who did the best they could with what they knew. But you, precious one, you get to choose differently. You get to learn a new way, a way that honors both your power and your inherent worthiness to receive all the good that life has to offer. Think for a moment about how you feel in your body when you're forcing. Really tune in to that sensation. Your shoulders might be tight, your jaw clenched, your breathing shallow. There's often a sense of urgency, a feeling that if you don't make it happen right now, it might never happen at all. That energy, though it comes from love, carries within it the vibration of lack, of fear, of not enough. And the universe, in its infinite wisdom and love, can only respond to the energy we're truly putting out, not the words we're saying or the images we're visualizing. Now, contrast that with the feeling of receiving. Close your eyes for just a moment and think about the last time someone gave you something unexpected, maybe a compliment, a warm hug, or even finding a beautiful feather on your path. Notice how your body feels when you remember that moment. There's an openness, a softness, a natural gratitude that flows. Your heart expands, your breathing deepens, and there's a sense of trust, of knowing that good things can come to you simply because you exist, simply because you are worthy of love and abundance. This is the energy we want to cultivate, not just in moments of meditation or prayer, but as a way of being in the world. This is what I mean when I talk about receiving. It's not passive waiting or giving up on your dreams. It's an active state of openness, of allowing yourself to be in harmony with the natural flow of abundance that is always moving toward you. Today, we're going to explore together how to shift from the energy of forcing into the beautiful, powerful energy of receiving. We're going to discover 4 simple practices that you can weave into your day, practices that will help you align with the natural rhythm of manifestation. These aren't complicated rituals or techniques that require hours of your time. They're gentle, loving ways to remind yourself throughout the day that you are worthy of receiving, that the universe is always conspiring in your favor, and that your dreams are not only possible but inevitable when you align with the flow of life. I want you to know that this shift doesn't happen overnight, and that's perfectly okay. You've been practicing the energy of forcing for a long time, And it's going to take some patience and gentleness with yourself as you learn this new way. But I promise you, dear one, that as you begin to soften, as you begin to trust, as you begin to receive, you'll notice things shifting in your life in the most beautiful ways. Opportunities will begin to flow more easily. People will show up to help you at just the right moment. Resources will appear in ways that surprise and delight you. And most importantly, you'll feel better. You'll feel more peaceful, more joyful, and more connected to the magnificent being that you truly are. So let's begin this beautiful journey together. Let's explore what it means to stop forcing and start receiving, and let's discover how this shift can multiply your manifestation power in ways that feel good to your soul. You deserve to live a life of ease and flow, a life where your dreams unfold naturally and beautifully. You deserve to know that you are loved, supported, and cherished by the universe itself, and you deserve to feel that truth in every cell of your being. There's something magical that happens when we understand the difference between forcing energy and receiving energy. It's like discovering that you've been trying to push a door open when all along it was meant to be pulled toward you. Both energies are real, both have their place in our human experience. But when it comes to manifestation, when it comes to calling forth our dreams, there's a world of difference between these two approaches. Forcing energy is what most of us learned first. It's the energy that says we must make things happen through sheer will and determination. It's masculine in nature, and please understand, I'm not saying masculine energy is wrong. We need that beautiful dynamic force in our lives. But when it comes to manifestation, when forcing energy isn't balanced with receiving energy, it creates a kind of energetic traffic jam. Picture a river trying to flow, but someone has built a dam across it. The water pushes and pushes against that barrier, creating turbulence and resistance. That's what happens when we try to force our manifestations into being. When you're in forcing energy, you might find yourself constantly thinking about what you want, almost obsessing over it. You might be taking action from a place of fear rather than inspiration, pushing yourself to do more, be more, achieve more. There's often an underlying belief that if you don't make it happen, no one will. You might catch yourself saying things like, I have to figure this out, or I need to make this work, or if I don't do something, nothing will change. These thoughts, though they seem productive, actually create resistance in your energy field. The universe responds to energy, not effort. When you're pushing and forcing, you're essentially telling the universe that you don't trust it to support you, that you believe you're in this alone. And the universe, always honoring your beliefs, will create experiences that match that energy of struggle and limitation. Receiving energy, on the other hand, is feminine in nature. It's the energy of the earth that doesn't force the flowers to bloom, but creates the perfect conditions for growth. It's the energy of a mother's womb that doesn't force a baby to develop, but provides the nurturing space for life to unfold naturally. Receiving energy says, I am open to the good that wants to come to me. I trust that the universe knows how to bring my dreams to life in ways that are even better than I could imagine. When you're in receiving mode, you're still taking action, but it's inspired action. You're still moving toward your dreams, but you're doing it from a place of joy and trust rather than fear and desperation. You might find yourself saying things like, I wonder how this will unfold, or I'm excited to see what the universe has in store for me, or I'm open to receiving this or something even better. Do you feel the difference in those words? Do you notice how your body relaxes when you speak from receiving energy? Think of a flower reaching toward the sun. The flower doesn't force the sun to shine on it. It simply opens its petals and naturally turns toward the light. That's receiving energy. The flower knows that the sun wants to nourish it, that it's part of the natural order for growth and beauty to occur. You are like that flower, and the universe is like that sun, always ready to shine its abundance upon you when you're open to receive it. In receiving energy, you become magnetic. Instead of chasing your dreams, you become so aligned with what you want that it's drawn to you naturally. People often ask me, "But Louise, if I'm not pushing and striving, how will anything happen?" And I always tell them that there's a difference between inspired action and forced action. When you're in receiving mode, you'll still be guided to take action, but it will feel good. It will feel like a natural next step rather than something you have to force yourself to do. The beautiful thing about receiving energy is that it multiplies your power. When you're forcing, you're working alone, relying only on your limited human perspective and energy. But when you're receiving, you're partnering with the infinite intelligence of the universe. You're allowing life to work through you and for you in ways that are far beyond what you could accomplish through force alone. This shift from forcing to receiving isn't just about manifestation. It changes how you feel in your body, how you interact with others, how you move through your day. People in receiving energy have a natural ease about them. They seem to effortlessly attract opportunities, relationships, and experiences that support their highest good. They're not working harder than anyone else, but they're working smarter, in alignment with the natural flow of life. So as we continue this journey together, I want you to begin noticing which energy you're operating from in different areas of your life. Are you forcing solutions to problems, or are you opening to receive guidance? Are you pushing people to love you, or are you becoming so loving yourself that love naturally flows to you? Are you trying to make money through struggle and sacrifice, or are you opening to receive abundance in ways that feel joyful and aligned? This awareness is the first step toward transformation. Now let's explore why forcing actually blocks your manifestations, because understanding this will help you release any guilt about letting go of the struggle. For so many years, you've believed that struggle was necessary, that if you weren't working hard, you weren't worthy of receiving. But I want to show you how forcing energy actually creates the very blocks that keep your dreams at a distance. When you're in forcing energy, your body goes into a state of stress. Your nervous system thinks there's danger, that something needs to be fixed or controlled right now. This triggers the release of stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline, which are wonderful for short-term survival but terrible for long-term manifestation. Your body literally can't be in a state of stress and receiving at the same time. It's physiologically impossible. Think about how you feel when you're worried about money and trying to force a solution. Your stomach might be tight, your mind racing with worst-case scenarios, your breath shallow and quick. In this state, are you open to noticing opportunities? Are you available to hear guidance? Are you attractive to the people and resources that could help you? Of course not. You're in survival mode, not creation mode. The universe operates on the principle of resonance, like attracts like. When you're vibrating at the frequency of force, struggle, and desperation, you can only attract experiences that match that vibration. You might attract a job, for instance, but it will likely be one that requires struggle and feels draining. You might attract money, but it will come through stressful means that leave you exhausted. The how of your manifestation will always match the energy from which you're creating. But there's something even deeper happening when you force. You're actually telling the universe that what you currently have isn't enough, that you're not enough as you are right now. This creates what I call lack consciousness. Every time you push and strain to make something happen, you're affirming that you don't have what you need, that you're separate from your good, that the universe isn't supporting you. And the universe, which only wants to love you and give you everything your heart desires, has no choice but to create experiences that match these beliefs. I once knew someone who desperately wanted to find their soulmate. They were constantly searching, going on date after date, trying to be perfect for everyone they met. They were forcing conversations, forcing connections, trying to make people love them. And what kept happening? They attracted people who were also desperate, relationships that felt forced and uncomfortable, connections that lacked the natural ease they truly desired. It wasn't until they learned to love themselves fully, to feel complete on their own, that they became magnetic to the kind of love they'd always dreamed of. This is the paradox of manifestation. The more you need something, the more you push it away. The more you chase something, the faster it runs from you. But when you feel whole and complete within yourself, when you're grateful for what you already have, when you trust that life wants to give you good things, you become irresistible to your desires. Forcing also creates attachment, and attachment is one of the biggest blocks to manifestation. When you're attached to a specific outcome, you're essentially telling the universe exactly how your good must come to you. But the universe has infinite ways of blessing you, many of which are far beyond your current imagination. When you force a specific path, you cut yourself off from all the other beautiful possibilities that want to unfold. There's also the matter of timing. The universe has perfect timing, divine timing that takes into account not just your desires, but the desires of everyone involved in bringing your dreams to life. When you force, you're trying to impose your human timeline on divine timing. It's like trying to force a flower to bloom before its season. You might succeed in opening the petals, but the flower won't have the strength or beauty it would have had if you'd allowed it to bloom naturally. Forcing energy also affects your intuition, your inner guidance system. When you're in stress mode, when you're pushing and striving, you can't hear the gentle whispers of your soul. You miss the signs, the synchronicities, the doors that the universe is trying to open for you. You become so focused on the one path you think your manifestation must take that you miss all the other beautiful routes that are available. But perhaps most importantly, forcing energy separates you from joy, and joy is your natural state. Joy is the frequency of manifestation. When you're joyful, when you're in love with life, when you're appreciating what you have, you're automatically in alignment with receiving more good things. Forcing energy takes you away from joy and puts you into fear, lack, and separation. And from that place, no matter how hard you work, manifestation becomes a struggle rather than a dance. The good news is that once you understand this, once you see how forcing has been blocking your manifestations, you can begin to soften, you can begin to trust, you can begin to receive. And when you do, you'll discover that manifestation isn't meant to be hard work. It's meant to be a joyful collaboration between you and the universe, a beautiful dance of desire and fulfillment, of asking and receiving, of dreaming and allowing those dreams to come true in ways that are even more wonderful than you could have imagined. So now that you understand how forcing has been creating resistance in your life, let's explore the beautiful art of receiving. Receiving is so much more than just being passive or waiting for things to happen. True receiving is an active, powerful state of being that opens you to the infinite abundance that is always flowing toward you. It's about becoming a magnet for your desires rather than chasing after them. It's about understanding that you are worthy of good things simply because you exist, simply because you are a beloved child of the universe. When you truly step into receiving mode, something magical happens in your energy field. Picture yourself as a beautiful flower that has been closed up tight, protecting itself from the world. Now imagine that flower slowly, gently opening its petals to receive the warmth of the sun, the nourishment of the rain, the sweetness of the breeze. That's what happens when you shift into receiving energy. You become open, soft, and available to all the good that wants to come to you. Receiving begins with a fundamental shift in how you see yourself in relationship to the universe. Instead of believing that you have to earn love, abundance, and joy through struggle and sacrifice, you begin to understand that these things are your birthright. You are not separate from the universe. You are an expression of it. The same intelligence that grows flowers, that moves planets, that beats your heart without you having to think about it, is the same intelligence that wants to fulfill your every desire. You don't have to convince it that you're worthy. You already are. The first key to receiving is cultivating a deep sense of gratitude for what you already have. Gratitude isn't just a nice practice. It's the fastest way to shift your vibration from lack to abundance. When you're truly grateful, you're acknowledging that good things are already flowing to you. You're saying yes to life, yes to love, yes to abundance. And when you say yes with your whole being, the universe responds by sending you more to be grateful for. But this isn't about forcing gratitude or pretending to be thankful for things that genuinely don't feel good. This is about finding authentic appreciation for the blessings that are already present in your life. Maybe it's the warmth of your morning coffee, the sound of birds singing outside your window, or the fact that your heart is beating and your lungs are breathing without you having to do anything. When you begin to notice and appreciate these simple gifts, you're training your mind to see abundance rather than lack, to see how supported you already are. Receiving also requires that you believe you are worthy of good things. So many beautiful souls struggle with this because they've been taught that wanting things is selfish, that they should be satisfied with less, that other people deserve good things more than they do. But here's the truth that I want you to feel in every cell of your being. Your desires are sacred. They were placed in your heart by the universe itself as a way of calling you toward your highest expression. When you deny your worthiness to receive, you're actually denying the universe the joy of giving to you. Think about how it feels when you give someone a gift and they light up with joy and gratitude. There's such pleasure in giving to someone who can truly receive. Now imagine how the universe feels when you open yourself to receive its gifts. The universe takes such delight in blessing you, in surprising you, in showing you just how loved you are. When you become a gracious receiver, you're actually giving the universe a gift as well. Another essential aspect of receiving is learning to trust divine timing. When you're forcing, you're trying to control not just what happens, but when it happens. You want your manifestations on your schedule, according to your timeline. But the universe sees the bigger picture. It knows when all the elements need to come together for your highest good. It knows when you're truly ready to receive what you've been asking for. Learning to trust this timing is one of the most freeing things you can do. This doesn't mean being passive or giving up on your dreams. It means holding your desires lightly, with joy and anticipation rather than desperation and attachment. It means taking inspired action when you feel guided to do so, but also being willing to rest when rest is what's needed. It means understanding that delays are not denials, that the universe is always working behind the scenes to bring you what you've asked for in the most beautiful way possible. Receiving also involves learning to say yes to opportunities, even when they don't look exactly like what you thought you wanted. The universe is incredibly creative in how it delivers your manifestations. Sometimes what you think you want is actually just a symbol for something deeper that you desire. For example, you might think you want a specific job, but what you really want is the feeling of purpose, contribution, and financial security that you believe that job will give you. When you're in receiving mode, you're open to all the ways the universe might deliver those feelings to you. One of the most beautiful aspects of receiving energy is how it affects your relationships with others. When you're no longer trying to force people to love you, approve of you, or give you what you need, you become incredibly attractive. People are drawn to those who are whole and complete within themselves, who radiate love and abundance rather than need and desperation. When you're in receiving mode, you naturally attract people who want to support you, love you, and celebrate your success. Receiving is also about becoming exquisitely sensitive to the guidance that's always available to you. When you're not forcing, when you're quiet and open, you can hear the whispers of your intuition. You begin to notice synchronicities, signs, and opportunities that you might have missed when you were caught up in the noise of forcing. You start to feel when something is aligned for you and when it's not. You learn to follow the path of least resistance, which is always the path that leads to your highest good. Perhaps most importantly, receiving is about falling in love with the process rather than being attached only to the outcome. When you're in receiving mode, you find joy in the journey itself. You appreciate the growth, the unfolding, the surprises along the way. You understand that manifestation isn't just about getting what you want, it's about becoming the person who can receive and maintain what you want. It's about expanding your capacity for joy, love, and abundance. Now let's bring this beautiful energy of receiving into your daily life with a gentle morning practice that will set the tone for your entire day. Your morning is such a sacred time because it's when you get to choose the energy you'll carry with you as you move through your day. Instead of jumping out of bed and immediately thinking about all the things you have to do, all the problems you need to solve, you get to pause and align yourself with the frequency of receiving. When you first wake up, before you even open your eyes, take a moment to feel your body in the bed. Notice how supported you are, how the mattress is holding you, how the covers are keeping you warm. This simple awareness of support is already opening you to receiving energy. You're acknowledging that you are held, that you are cared for, that you don't have to do everything yourself. As you begin to wake up more fully, place your hands on your heart and take 3 deep, slow breaths. With each breath, silently say to yourself, I am open to receiving all the good that wants to come to me today. Feel these words in your body, not just in your mind. Let them settle into your cells, into your energy field. You're not demanding that specific things happen today. You're simply opening yourself to be a vessel for the universe's love and abundance. Before you get out of bed, take a moment to think of 3 things you're genuinely grateful for. These don't have to be big, dramatic things. Maybe you're grateful for the comfortable bed you slept in, for the fact that you have a new day ahead of you, for the sound of your loved one breathing beside you. Feel the appreciation in your heart as you think of each thing. This gratitude is like tuning your radio to the frequency of abundance, ensuring that you'll notice and attract more good things throughout your day. Now, as you sit up and prepare to start your day, set a gentle intention. Not a goal that you have to achieve or a demand that you place on the universe, but a soft intention that reflects how you want to feel and who you want to be today. You might say something like, today I choose to move through my day with ease and grace, or today I am open to surprises and delights, or today I trust that everything is working out for my highest good. Choose words that feel good to you, words that make you smile or feel peaceful. As you get ready for your day, continue to breathe deeply and maintain this energy of openness and gratitude. When you shower, appreciate the warm water on your skin. When you look in the mirror, send yourself a loving smile. When you eat breakfast, thank your food for nourishing your body. These small acts of appreciation and self-love are powerful ways to stay in receiving energy. If you feel called to do so, you can also speak some affirmations during your morning routine. But choose affirmations that feel true, and possible to you right now. Instead of saying something that feels like a stretch, like, I am incredibly wealthy, you might say something like, I am open to receiving abundance in all its forms, or I trust that the universe is supporting me in ways I can see and ways I cannot see. The key is to choose words that expand your heart rather than create resistance in your mind. As you prepare to leave for work or begin your day at home, take one more moment to connect with your breath and with your intention to receive. You might place your hands on your heart again and simply say, thank you for this beautiful day. I am ready to receive all the blessings you have for me. Then step into your day with this energy of openness, trust, and gratitude. This morning practice shouldn't feel like another item on your to-do list. It should feel like a gift you give yourself, a way of loving yourself into alignment with all the good that wants to flow to you. Some mornings you might have more time for this practice, and some mornings you might only have a minute or two. That's perfectly okay. Even 30 seconds of conscious breathing and gratitude can shift your entire day. The goal isn't perfection, it's connection. Connection to yourself, to your worthiness, to the abundant universe that loves you so much. When you start your day from this place of connection, you'll find that opportunities flow more easily, that people are kinder, that solutions appear more readily. You're not forcing these things to happen. You're simply aligning yourself with the natural flow of good that is always available to you. Halfway through your day, when the morning energy might be wearing off and the afternoon challenges are beginning to present themselves, you have a beautiful opportunity to pause and check in with your energy. This is your midday practice, a gentle reset that helps you stay aligned with receiving rather than slipping back into forcing. It only takes a few minutes, but it can completely transform the rest of your day. Find a quiet moment, even if it's just in the bathroom or while you're having lunch. Take a deep breath and ask yourself this simple question: am I forcing or am I flowing? Just notice, without judgment, what your energy feels like in this moment. Are your shoulders tense? Is your breathing shallow? Is your mind racing with worry or frustration? Or do you feel relatively peaceful, open, and trusting? If you notice that you've slipped into forcing energy, that's perfectly normal and completely okay. The fact that you're aware of it means you can shift it. Don't judge yourself or make it mean anything about your worth or your manifestation abilities. Simply notice it with the same gentle compassion you would show a beloved friend who was having a difficult moment. To shift back into receiving energy, start with your breath. Take 5 slow, deep breaths, allowing your exhale to be longer than your inhale. As you breathe, consciously relax your shoulders, soften your jaw, and release any tension you're holding in your body. Your body and your energy are intimately connected, so when you relax your body, your energy naturally begins to shift as well. Now bring to mind something that you're genuinely grateful for in this moment. It might be something from your morning, like that first cup of coffee, or something happening right now, like the fact that you remembered to check in with yourself. Feel that gratitude in your heart and let it expand through your whole being. Gratitude is like a reset button for your energy. It instantly shifts you back into alignment with abundance. If you're facing a particular challenge or decision in your day, instead of trying to force a solution, try asking the universe for guidance. You might silently say something like, I'm open to receiving clarity about this situation, or I trust that the perfect solution will become apparent to me. Then let go of trying to figure it out and trust that the answer will come, either as an intuitive knowing through something someone says to you, or through circumstances that unfold naturally. This midday check-in is also a perfect time to celebrate any manifestations, large or small, that have already occurred in your day. Maybe someone gave you a compliment, or you found a parking space right where you needed it, or you received an unexpected text from a friend. These might seem like little things, but they're actually evidence that the universe is responding to your receiving energy. Acknowledging and appreciating these small manifestations creates space for bigger ones to flow to you. If you have a few extra minutes, you can also use this time to reset your intention for the rest of the day. Ask yourself, how do I want to feel for the remainder of today? And what energy do I want to bring to my interactions this afternoon? Then consciously choose to embody that energy. You might choose peace, joy, confidence, or love. Whatever you choose, take a moment to feel that quality in your body and then carry it with you as you continue your day. Sometimes during your midday check-in, you might realize that you've been trying to control something that isn't yours to control. Maybe you've been worrying about someone else's choices or trying to force a particular outcome in a situation where you need to trust the process. When you notice this, you can practice one of the most powerful receiving tools: surrender. Simply say, either out loud or silently, I release this to the universe. I trust that everything is working out for the highest good of all involved. Feel the relief that comes with letting go of the burden of control. This practice of checking in with your energy throughout the day helps you become more conscious of your vibration and more skilled at shifting it when needed. You begin to catch yourself earlier when you're moving into forcing energy, and you become faster at returning to flow. Over time, receiving energy becomes your natural state rather than something you have to work to maintain. Remember, this midday practice isn't about being perfect or maintaining a constantly positive attitude. It's about being gentle with yourself and remembering that you always have the power to choose your energy in any moment. Some days will feel easier than others, and that's part of being human. The key is to keep coming back to love, keep coming back to trust, keep coming back to the knowing that you are worthy of receiving all the beautiful things your heart desires. As your day progresses into the afternoon hours, you have another beautiful opportunity to deepen your receiving practice. This is often when the energy of the day can start to feel heavy, when challenges have accumulated, when you might notice yourself slipping back into old patterns of worry or control. But what if this time of day became a sacred moment of release and appreciation instead? What if the afternoon became your time to let go of anything that doesn't serve you and to celebrate all the ways the universe has already been blessing you today? There's something particularly powerful about practicing gratitude and release in the afternoon, because this is when you've had enough experiences in your day to really see how the universe has been supporting you. Maybe you didn't notice it in the moment because you were busy or distracted, but when you pause in the afternoon to look back, you can often see the hand of divine love guiding your day in ways both large and small. Begin your afternoon practice by finding a comfortable place to sit, even if it's just at your desk or in your car. Close your eyes for a moment and take 3 deep breaths, allowing each exhale to release any tension or stress you've been carrying. Feel your body relaxing, feel your mind quieting, feel yourself coming back to center. This is your time to reconnect with the energy of receiving that you set in the morning. Now think back over your day so far and identify at least 3 things that you can genuinely appreciate. These might be obvious blessings like a kind word from a colleague, a delicious lunch, or good news you received. But also look for the subtler gifts. The fact that traffic was lighter than usual, that you remembered to bring your umbrella when it started to rain, that your body carried you through your day with health and strength. Every moment you can find something to appreciate. You're affirming that the universe is constantly blessing you, constantly caring for you. As you focus on each thing you're grateful for, really feel the appreciation in your heart. Don't just think about it. Let the gratitude fill your chest. Let it warm your entire being. This feeling of appreciation is one of the highest vibrations you can hold. And when you're in this energy, you become magnetic to even more experiences that will give you reason to be grateful. After you've spent a few minutes in appreciation, it's time for the release portion of this practice. Bring to mind anything from your day that felt challenging, frustrating, or disappointing. Maybe someone was rude to you, maybe you made a mistake, maybe something didn't go according to your plans. Instead of carrying these experiences with you for the rest of the day, instead of analyzing them or trying to fix them, you're going to consciously release them to the universe. For each challenging experience, acknowledge it without judgment and then say, either silently or out loud, I release this to the universe with love. I trust that even this experience is somehow serving my highest good. You don't have to understand how a difficult experience could be serving you. You just have to be willing to let go of carrying it as a burden. When you release with love rather than resistance, you free yourself to receive the lesson, the gift, or the redirection that the experience was meant to provide. Sometimes during this release practice, you might become aware of control patterns that you've been engaging in throughout your day. Maybe you've been trying to manage someone else's emotions, or attempting to force a particular outcome in a situation, or worrying about things that are completely outside your influence. These control patterns are so natural and human, but they also block your ability to receive because they put you in the energy of fear rather than trust. When you notice these patterns, treat yourself with such gentleness. Say to yourself, I've been trying so hard to control this situation because I care so much. But now I choose to trust that the universe has this handled in ways that are far better than anything I could orchestrate. Feel the relief that comes with releasing the burden of having to manage and control everything around you. This afternoon practice is also a beautiful time to acknowledge your growth. Think about how you handled situations today compared to how you might have handled them in the past. Maybe you responded with more patience, or spoke up for yourself with more confidence, or chose love instead of fear in a difficult moment. These shifts might seem small, but they're actually profound evidence that you're evolving, that your practice of receiving is changing you from the inside out. If there are specific manifestations you've been working with, this is also a perfect time to express gratitude for them as if they've already occurred. Not from a place of trying to make them happen, but from a genuine feeling of appreciation for the universe's willingness to bless you. You might say something like, "Thank you for the perfect job that's making its way to me," or "I'm so grateful for the loving relationship that's unfolding in my life." This isn't about pretending something has happened when it hasn't. It's about aligning yourself with the energy of already having received, which makes you magnetic to your desires. As you conclude your afternoon practice, set an intention for how you want to move through the rest of your day. Maybe you choose to carry the energy of gratitude with you, or perhaps you want to embody trust, or joy, or peace. Whatever you choose, take a moment to feel that quality in your body, to breathe it into your cells, to let it become your natural state as you continue through your afternoon and evening. This practice of afternoon gratitude and release creates a beautiful rhythm in your day. You're not waiting until bedtime to process your experiences. You're staying current with your emotions and your energy. You're celebrating the good as it happens and releasing the challenging before it can accumulate and weigh you down. This keeps you in a state of flow, a state of receiving, a state of trust that makes every moment more joyful and every manifestation more effortless. As the day draws to a close and evening approaches, you have the most powerful opportunity of all to align with receiving energy through the beautiful practice of surrender and trust. Your evening practice is like closing a sacred circle, releasing the day with love and preparing your subconscious mind to work on your behalf while you sleep. This is when you get to let go completely, when you get to place your dreams and desires into the loving hands of the universe and rest in the knowing that all is well. There's something deeply healing about ending your day with surrender rather than worry, with trust rather than anxiety, with appreciation rather than regret. When you create this sacred space before sleep, you're not only improving the quality of your rest, but you're also programming your subconscious mind with messages of love, abundance, and possibility. Your subconscious doesn't sleep the way your conscious mind does, and it's incredibly receptive to the thoughts and feelings you offer it just before you drift off to sleep. Begin your evening practice by creating a peaceful environment for yourself. This might mean dimming the lights, lighting a candle, playing soft music, or simply sitting quietly in your bedroom. You want to signal to your nervous system that it's time to shift into rest and relaxation mode. Take several deep breaths and feel yourself transitioning from the activity of the day into the peace of the evening. Start by reviewing your day with loving eyes. Instead of focusing on what went wrong or what you didn't accomplish, look for all the ways the universe showed up for you today. Maybe you had a meaningful conversation with a friend. Maybe you found exactly what you needed at the store. Maybe you felt inspired by something you read or saw. Let yourself really feel appreciation for these gifts, no matter how small they might seem. This appreciation is like a thank you note to the universe, and it invites even more blessings into your life. If there were challenges in your day, approach them with compassion for yourself. Maybe you reacted in a way you wish you hadn't. Maybe you felt afraid or frustrated. Maybe something didn't go according to your plans. Instead of judging yourself or carrying these experiences into your sleep, practice radical self-forgiveness. Say to yourself, I did the best I could today with the awareness I had. I am learning and growing, and tomorrow is a fresh start. Now comes the beautiful practice of surrender. Think about any situations in your life that you've been trying to control, any outcomes you've been attached to, any problems you've been struggling to solve. One by one, imagine placing each of these concerns into a beautiful basket of light. As you place each concern in the basket, say silently, I surrender this to the universe. I trust that it's being handled in ways that serve the highest good of everyone involved. This surrender isn't about giving up on your dreams or becoming passive about your life. It's about releasing the burden of having to figure everything out yourself, of having to make everything happen through force and effort. It's about remembering that you have a divine partner in this dance of life, a universe that loves you more than you can imagine and wants to co-create with you in the most beautiful ways. For any specific manifestations you're working with, this is the perfect time to release them to divine timing. Instead of trying to push them into existence, instead of worrying about when or how they'll come to you, simply say, thank you, universe, for bringing this to me at the perfect time and in the perfect way. I trust your timing completely. Feel the peace that comes with letting go of the timeline and trusting that everything unfolds in divine order. Your evening practice is also a beautiful time to set intentions for your sleep and for the following day. You might say something like, tonight as I sleep, my subconscious mind is open to receiving guidance and inspiration. I wake up tomorrow feeling refreshed, positive, and aligned with my highest good. Or perhaps, I release this day with love and gratitude, and I welcome tomorrow with excitement and trust. If you enjoy working with affirmations, the time just before sleep is incredibly powerful for this practice. Choose affirmations that feel soothing and true to you, affirmations that help you feel loved, supported, and worthy. You might repeat something like, I am deeply loved by the universe, or everything is always working out for my highest good, or I trust the process of life. Let these words be the last conscious thoughts you think before drifting off to sleep. Some people find it helpful to keep a gratitude journal by their bedside and to write down 3 to 5 things they appreciated about their day. This practice helps train your mind to look for the good, to notice the blessings, to focus on what's working rather than what's lacking. Over time, this simple practice can completely transform your perception of your life and your relationship with the universe. As you settle into bed, place your hands on your heart and take several deep breaths. Feel the love that you are. Feel the connection you have with all of life. Feel the trust that everything is unfolding perfectly. You might imagine yourself surrounded by divine light, protected and cherished while you sleep. You might visualize your dreams and desires as seeds that are growing in the fertile soil of the universe, being tended by loving hands while you rest. This evening practice of surrender and trust creates the perfect energetic conditions for manifestation to occur effortlessly. When you go to sleep in a state of appreciation, trust, and surrender, you're aligning yourself with the natural flow of abundance. You're saying yes to life, yes to love, yes to all the beautiful possibilities that want to unfold in your experience. And the universe responds to this yes with an even bigger yes, blessing you in ways that will surprise and delight you. Now that you understand these 4 daily practices, the beautiful question becomes, how do you weave them into your unique life in a way that feels natural, sustainable, and joyful? The key is to remember that these practices aren't meant to become another burden on your already full schedule. They're meant to be gifts you give yourself, moments of connection and alignment that actually make your day flow more smoothly and feel more joyful. Every person's life is different, every schedule is unique, and that's perfectly beautiful. What matters isn't that you follow these practices exactly as I've described them, but that you find ways to incorporate the energy and intention behind them into your own rhythm. Maybe you're a parent of young children and you can't have long, leisurely morning routines. Perhaps you work shift schedules and your day doesn't follow the traditional morning, afternoon, evening pattern. Or maybe you travel frequently and your routine changes constantly. All of this is absolutely fine because receiving energy isn't dependent on perfect circumstances. It's dependent on your willingness to align with love and trust wherever you are. If you have very little time in the morning, even 1 minute of conscious breathing and gratitude can shift your entire day. You might practice your morning intention while you're in the shower, feeling appreciation for the warm water and setting your intention to receive all the good that wants to come to you. If you commute to work, you could use that time to practice gratitude for your car, your job, your ability to travel, while also setting positive intentions for your day. For your midday practice, you might use your lunch break or even just a bathroom break to check in with your energy and reset if needed. If you work in a busy environment, you could practice this silently at your desk, taking a few deep breaths and asking yourself whether you're forcing or flowing. If you're at home with children, you might practice during nap time or while the kids are occupied with an activity. The afternoon practice of gratitude and release can be adapted to any schedule. Maybe you practice it while you're cooking dinner, appreciating the food you're preparing and releasing any stress from the day. Perhaps you do it during your commute home, or while you're taking a walk, or even while you're folding laundry. The key is to find moments throughout your afternoon to consciously appreciate what's going well and release what's been challenging. Your evening practice might happen while you're helping children with homework, appreciating this time of connection with them and surrendering any worry about their futures to the universe's loving care. Or maybe you practice while you're washing dishes, feeling grateful for the meal you just shared and trusting that tomorrow will bring new blessings. Some people find that their evening practice works best right after dinner, while others prefer to do it just before bed. The beautiful thing about these practices is that they can be as simple or as elaborate as feels right for you on any given day. On days when you have more time and energy, you might spend longer in each practice, really savoring the connection and the shift in energy. On busier or more challenging days, even 30 seconds of conscious gratitude or surrender can make a significant difference in how you feel and what you attract. What's most important is consistency rather than perfection. It's better to do a simple version of these practices every day than to do an elaborate version occasionally. Your energy field responds to the intention behind the practice, not the length of time you spend doing it. When you consistently choose to align with receiving energy, even in small ways, you're training your nervous system to expect good things, to trust life, to be open to abundance. As you begin to integrate these practices into your life, be patient and gentle with yourself. Some days will feel easier than others, and that's completely normal. There might be days when you forget to do your practices, or when you notice yourself slipping back into forcing energy despite your best intentions. When this happens, simply notice it with love and begin again. There's no way to do this wrong, no way to fail at receiving. Every moment gives you a fresh opportunity to choose trust over fear, flow over force, receiving over struggling. You might also find it helpful to adapt these practices to your personal beliefs and spiritual orientation. If you resonate with traditional prayer, you might incorporate these intentions into your existing prayer practice. If you're drawn to meditation, you could use these practices as meditation themes. If you love nature, you might do your practices while walking outside or sitting by a window where you can see trees or sky. The universe doesn't care what form your practice takes, it only cares about the sincerity of your intention to align with love and trust. Over time, as these practices become more natural and automatic, you'll find that receiving energy becomes your default state rather than something you have to work to achieve. You'll notice yourself naturally appreciating the small blessings throughout your day, automatically releasing concerns to the universe, and trusting that everything is working out for your highest good. This is when manifestation becomes truly effortless, when your desires begin to unfold in your life with a naturalness and ease that feels like magic, but is actually just the result of consistently aligning with the flow of abundance. Remember, dear one, that you're not trying to become someone different through these practices. You're simply remembering who you truly are, a beloved child of the universe, worthy of every good thing your heart desires, naturally magnetic to love, joy, and abundance. These practices help you clear away the beliefs and patterns that have been blocking your natural receiving ability, allowing your true self to shine through more brightly each day. Sweet soul, as we come to the end of our time together, I want you to feel in your heart just how much you've already shifted simply by opening yourself to these ideas, by allowing yourself to consider that there might be an easier, more joyful way to manifest your dreams. The very fact that you've stayed with me through this entire journey shows me that you're ready for transformation, that you're willing to release the struggle and embrace the flow of receiving. You are so much more powerful than you realize, and so much more loved than you can imagine. Every breath you take, every beat of your heart, every moment of your existence is precious to the universe. You don't have to earn love through struggle. You don't have to prove your worthiness through suffering, and you don't have to force your dreams into existence through sheer will. You are already worthy, you are already loved, and your dreams are already on their way to you. The practices we've explored together, the morning intention setting, the midday energy check, the afternoon gratitude and release, and the evening surrender, are not complicated rituals that you must perform perfectly. They are simply gentle reminders to stay connected to your true nature, which is loving, trusting, and open to receiving all the good that life has to offer. Use them as they serve you. Adapt them to your unique life, and most importantly, let them help you remember that you are not alone in this journey. The universe is always conspiring in your favor, always working behind the scenes to bring you exactly what you need, exactly when you need it. Sometimes this looks like what you expected, and sometimes it comes in surprising packages that turn out to be even better than what you originally wanted. When you're in receiving mode, when you're trusting and flowing and appreciating, you're aligned with this divine conspiracy of love. I want to leave you with this truth that I hope you'll carry with you always. You are not responsible for making your manifestations happen, but you are responsible for staying open to receive them. You are not responsible for controlling how your dreams come true, but you are responsible for maintaining the energy of trust and gratitude that allows them to unfold naturally. You are not responsible for convincing the universe that you're worthy, but you are responsible for remembering that worthiness is your birthright. As you go forward from this moment, as you begin to implement these practices and notice the shifts they create in your life, remember to be patient and gentle with yourself. Transformation is a process, not an event. Some days you'll feel completely aligned with receiving energy, and other days you might catch yourself forcing again. Both are perfect, both are part of your journey, both are opportunities to choose love over fear. Trust that every step you take toward receiving, no matter how small, is moving you closer to the life of your dreams. Trust that the universe heard every desire you've ever expressed and is orchestrating the perfect way to fulfill them. Trust that you are exactly where you need to be right now and that everything is unfolding in divine timing for your highest good. And so, beautiful one, I offer you this final affirmation to carry in your heart. I am open to receiving all the love, abundance, and joy that the universe wants to shower upon me. I trust in divine timing. I surrender my need to control, and I allow my dreams to manifest with ease and grace. I am worthy, I am loved, and I am blessed beyond measure. Feel these words settle into your soul. Feel the truth of them expanding in your chest. Feel the peace that comes with knowing that you are held, supported, and cherished by the infinite love of the universe. You are ready to stop forcing and start receiving. You are ready to live the life of ease and flow that is your birthright. And I am so honored to have shared this journey with you. Go now with love, go with trust, go with the absolute knowing that your highest good is already on its way to you. All you have to do is stay open to receive it.